G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Got a bit of a comparison for you. I have at the moment got the Fujifilm X-S20 vlogging camera. This is an interchangeable lens mirrorless camera, the newest one coming out of Fuji. It's due out in June 2023. And I've also got here the Canon PowerShot V10. And I thought I just would do a quick comparison between the two since I've got them both in for testing at the moment. And you can see there's quite a big difference here in the form factor and the shape of them, but this is Canon's look at or version of what a vlogging camera might look like. And this is what Fujifilm is saying that their vlogging camera wants to look like. Now, obviously, biggest difference straight away is the size and how compact they are. And this is a reasonably small lens I've got on this at the moment as well. This is a fixed 8mm wide, ultra wide angle lens, like super wide angle. Whereas this one has a 19mm fixed lens on it. You can obviously change this lens for something else. And that's, I guess, like a good place to start really is to talk about the versatility. So yes, these are both being pitched as vlogging cameras. It even has a vlog mode on it. And I encourage you to check out my separate videos on both of these to go into more detail on what they offer. But the size and the form factor of this to get you that high quality, and it's definitely a high quality vlogging experience here, is so different to size here. Now this, for example, can shoot 4K at 60 frames a second. This one will shoot you 4K at 30 frames a second. But for the average Joe Blow vlogger, most people aren't going to be wanting to deal with 4K image files. They are huge and well beyond what most people need if they're watching a social media video on their phone or on their desktop or whatever, if it's YouTube or it's Instagram, no matter what it is. You're probably not going to push the upper echelons of what this can offer unless you're doing some real high-end pro stuff. I mean, this can go up to 6.2K at 30 frames a second if you really want to push it. Whereas this one, the 4K at 30 is still absolutely more than what you're probably going to need in most situations. So that's a pretty big change, a pretty big upscale to this if you're just doing your average vlogging experience. Now, in terms of features and modes, this does have a lot of Canon's bonus stuff in it, like its autofocus features, that kind of thing in here. So you're also getting aspect ratios, 14 different aspect ratios to play with. Whereas in here, you've kind of got the 7 stops of image stabilization, the 5-axis in-body image stabilization to go in. You've got the enhanced X processor 5, it's got your AI-driven subject tracking and the much bigger battery as well, a lot bigger battery life. Like the battery on this is okay, it's not amazing, it's okay. It matches up with your GoPros, that type of thing, whereas the battery in this is going to give you a bit more oomph as well. Both of them will double as webcams, and both of them have reticulating touchscreens on the back that you can use to navigate. Now, where this one kind of starts to really stand out, in my opinion, is while this has got a great grip on it and it's easy to move and hold around, it's still awkward in that classic vlogging selfie mode. Like you can obviously attach a grip to the bottom and have a better experience than this. But if you're kind of trying to do your verticals or your portrait, and get it away from you like this, depending on what the interchangeable lens you've got as well, you're gonna have to have a pretty wide angle. It's a bit of an awkward experience for that. Just stand up, if you're not setting it up to do like product shots or something like this. You know, this vlog mode on this has blurred backgrounds, product specific tracking, that type of thing. It's really useful for that. But unless you're setting up to do those pro shots, it's going to be quite challenging. Whereas the way that the V10's operating, it's actually designed with its own little kickstand like that. So you can just set it up, let go, walk away. It's all like this. It's the size of my wallet. It's actually smaller than my wallet. So it's quite easy to just set up and go. You can obviously easily hold it in whatever mode you want. And because it's specifically designed for vlogging, as opposed to this one, which also is, you know, it's got 26 megapixel stills going in there, 20 frames a second, continuous shooting, kind of that higher end experience. It's going to be more of a hybrid for you than this. This will shoot stills too. It's 20 megapixel stills can get out of this one as well. But if your focus is on vlogging, then the versatility, the weight, the ability to easily move, the fact that it's going to have the 14 aspect ratios, you can actually kind of show where you're going to be while you're framing yourself, depending on what type of platform you're going to put your output on. That kind of thing makes this a little bit more friendly. Also, this thing costs you $699 here in Australia, whereas this one will set you back $2,499 in Australia if you want to get it with a lens, and you're obviously going to need it with a lens. So you can buy 3 of these for the price of one of those, and it's definitely worth considering. Do you need to upgrade to this high-end professional vlogging experience, or are you just kind of ready to go with something that's a bit more a bit more focused on just, I want to get some stuff up on YouTube and Instagram, whatever, that's a bit better quality than just a basic phone or something like that. Okay, let's jump into a quick live demo of them both in action. You got the Fujifilm X-S20 there on the left, and you've got the PowerShot V10 from Canon on the right, walking around the same environment and on the same kind of blue sky day. So you can see there what you can expect. That's using that particular 8mm lens. And now let's dive in and listen to a bit of the audio, starting with the PowerShot V10. It's kind of adapting pretty well. It's hard to see on this little screen. I'll have to look in post, but that gives you a bit of an idea of what to expect. Now, if I move over here and talk over here, how's the audio changing as I move that from one side to the other? You be the judge. You get a bit of an idea. Now, there's not too much noise around at the moment. And then over to the X-S20. Just move into the lighting here and just see how the audio changes when I move it away from myself. If you can see any differences in the sound as I go from left into right into right into left. See how that picks that up. Alright, so I'm going to go for a wander now. Now, I thought that the X-S20 was particularly strong. Really impressed by the sound that it picked up in stereo as well. You can see it kind of reading the left and rights when you're in post, also on the screen itself when you're looking at it. Now, we're just going to drop into some low light here. I just want to kind of show you how the light picks up. This is where it really stands out. This is where you get the extra value in that cache. Now you can see that the Fuji X-S20 is looking a lot sharper already than the V10. As I walk into this darker room, the V10 really starts to spack out, and the Canon, the Fuji looks like it's broad daylight. So that's exactly the same lit room there, you can see. And the Canon just really struggles with that, where the Fuji's a lot better. Other things into the mix while I've got them here. This is the GoPro Hero 11. This is the Creators Kit. Now, the GoPro Hero 11 itself costs $649 here in Australia. It's just had a price drop. And this Creator Kit will set you back about $950. The Creator Kit comes with the light, the extra, I think they call it the Media Mod, which brings in the case, the sound, and allows you to plug in your audio and this grip as well, which is all automated and automatic, and the arms can come out, it can stand, all that type of thing. So this delivers even better resolution, again, high frames. You obviously don't have that ability to adjust the lens, have the lens and all that kind of stuff, but this still has really good image stabilization, horizon lock in it, and it also has what these two don't have, which is fantastic weatherproof and waterproof component. So you can just chuck this thing in a pool, or take it down snorkeling, or whatever you want to do like that. Take it surfing, take it to the snow, do anything like that, and this is going to hold up. So this is still very much in the mix. The GoPro is still very much in the mix as a pretty awesome social media option, especially with the Hero 11, which has got a lot of social media specific features built in. Yes, it doesn't go as deep as we can see with this, but again, the price difference reflects that. So that's something worth considering as well. And finally, why not mention your phone? So this is the S23 Ultra, Samsung's S23 Ultra, so the latest in the Samsung range. Now this thing can shoot up to 200 megapixel wide angle lens. It can shoot up to 8K video. The cameras on these things, while they don't look as dramatically awesome as the other ones on offer here, shouldn't be forgotten because they're actually pretty good. Now this thing costs you $19.50 here in Australia, so it's still really expensive, but obviously you're not buying it as necessarily just a vlogging camera. It's got so many other features that you're going to use day to day as a phone, as a portal into the internet, and all those other things as well. So don't forget the old humble phone. Anyway, that's just a quick look. I thought I had all of these in at the moment. I thought I'd just run a comparison across them all so you can just get your head around them, especially since this has just landed on my desk and is about to be announced at the time I'm filming this video. So a few options for you to consider there. Like I said, have a look at my actual specific videos on these so that you can get a deep insight into what they individually offer, but that's just a quick comparison of a few of the options that are available to you, in particular the X-S20 and the PowerShot V10. I'm Chris Dead. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, you!